Hey, so I recently made a post about whiskey and I received this comment. So the question is, whiskey or whiskey? One letter, quite a big story actually. So the word whiskey comes from Whisky Beartha, which is a Gaelic word meaning the water of life. Just eventually got shortened to whiskey, and by a chance of fate and language in Ireland was spelt with an EY. In Scotland, the word was spelt with a Y, but that is just where the story begins. So during the early 1800s, the biggest selling spirit drink in the world was Irish whiskey. It far outsold Scotch because it was better. It was better quality and it was seen as such. Irish whiskey was seen as premium. So Irish distillers doubled down on spelling their whiskey with an E and, said, when you're looking for your whiskey, make sure you get the right spelling, you get the right whiskey. Now for the first real twist in the tale. Along came an Irishman who changed Scotch forever, and his name was Aeneas Coffey, and he patented something called the continuous distillation column. The continuous distillation column became very popular in Scotland, but they were sort of frowned upon in Ireland, where they used the traditional pot still method. Then on the scene arrives Andrew Usher Jr., who is known as the father of blending, and he took these new grain whiskies, which were cleaner and clearer, combined them with the typical traditional malt whiskies and produced some wonderful blended whiskies. Pioneers like Johnny Walker's, Dewar's and William Grant's came along, and they made some absolutely fabulous blended whiskies where they had at last mastered consistency and quality in their bottled whiskey. So things were going well for Scottish whiskey, but they were still going well for Irish whiskey. The fight was on. But then, for poor Ireland, a triple whammy. The Great War began in 1914, and this led in 1916 to the Easter Uprising, which later led to Irish independence. This separated Ireland from the Empire, meaning they had to pay taxes and tariffs on sending their whiskey anywhere that Britain ruled, which was still pretty much everywhere, apart from America. So, great! Ireland still had the US market. Then in 1920, the Volstead Act. Yes, Americans decided booze was awful, so they stopped having it. So that kind of decimated the Irish whiskey foreign market and caused real serious problems, and the Irish whiskey market was crushed by political forces. So this is Scotch, and this is Irish whiskey. Right, before I go, this is Scotch. This is a Scot.